Cain's Gospel, a story from Born in Blood. Break it open, you idiot. Carve your own way. I've tried already 100 times. I can't. Liar. You've never tried. Never once. Look. Look at my hands, my face. I've tried so many times. No. You tell yourself that because it makes you feel better, that you're worth more than this. Shut up, this stink. Shut up, this blood. Shut up, this life. Look at the walls, the floor. You see that? That's you, my beloved, my sweet. What more can I do? Look at me. I don't want to. I know, remember. That was the deal. Together forever, knowing what we know, feeling what we feel. You can't lie to me like you do to yourself. I see, sweetheart. Oh yes, I see. Leave me alone. Giving up so soon? How sad. How pathetic. No wonder they left you here. They didn't. You know that. They all, what? Died? Did they really? I find the memory fuzzy, don't you? Stop. I don't remember. No, of course you don't. You never wanted to, but I do. Remember Cecile? No, shut up. Anything left of her around here? Maybe painted on the walls, strung from the ceiling? No? Hard to tell, isn't it? You lose so much when stripped down to your meat. Sex, race, species, nothing matters. Shut up. I can't, sweetheart. Not now. Not if we want to survive. I'm trying to help you, though fuck if you appreciate it. Help me? How? No one can help me, least of all you. I'm the only one. The only one who ever has or will. Now, get up. No. Leave me alone. Get up, damn it. No. Fine. Then die here. Wait for them to come back. Wait for them to cut you apart, string you up with the rest. They all deserved it. Terrible, terrible people. So do you, sweetheart. No, I don't. I've been so good. You think that matters? After what you did? They don't care anyway. Innocence is meaningless, even if it were true. I thought you might have realized that by now. Let me sleep. I need to sleep. Fine. Sleep then, before they cut away your eyelids, rip out what's inside, before they put worms inside your head and cockroaches in your belly. You've seen. Don't pretend like you haven't. No. When they come for us. When they find us. No. I found you. Didn't I? Out in the wastes. If it wasn't for me, you'd be as lost and wretched as all the rest, eating your own dust and dreams. I never asked, never wanted it. Liar. I came because you called, because you wanted to remember. Christ, the stink of you. A nightmare. Wake me up. Mary's gone, and Daniela, and little Mikey. No one left. Only us. Let me help you. Let me save us. No. Or let me save myself. You don't care? Fine. Let me out. Let me live. I can't. Not after. Nothing like before. I promise. I didn't know back then. I couldn't see. You've helped me so much, sweetheart. Now let me help you. They're coming. I can hear them. So am I. Can you hear that? Their blades on the walls. You want to feel them inside of you? You want them in your guts, under your skin? You saw, we saw what they did to the rest. Cochrane, Mellows, Verity. I know. I know. So let me out. Let me save us both. All right. All right, I will. I don't care anymore. Thank you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. They come. Machines in the walls, whirring, whining. Rusted wheels, sputtering circuits. The cell door, grinding open. Time was, my friend, the one whose skin I wear, would have cowered away, terrified. Not any more. Oh, he screams, constantly, but not because of them. What can they do? Only what flesh and thought can endure. I've shown him things in these brief few moments, things that he thought were nothing but dark dreams, that I've done while he slept and whimpered in the depths of our shared skull, things that even our jailers have never seen or dreamed of. A stink, leather and sweat, meat and powdered bone, sweeteners layered synthetically over the fowl, as though they bathe in vanilla. One of the grunting, pig-squealing things sloping through the doors, its skin pierced by various hooks and ringlets, threaded with chains and fine silver thorns, its swollen belly and pendulous breasts naked, as though to sport its mutilations. The mask it wears resembles something from a BDSM club, specializing in Halloween themes. Leather, almost featureless, save for ragged holes at eyes and mouth, both bloody. A clutch of rusted metal shards protruding from the left eye, a bizarre flower, pieced together from the ruined and discarded. In the meaty, swollen masses of its fists, the flesh seemingly melted and fused as though held in flame until meat and metal became one. A meat hook, some sort of cleaver, butcher's implements or surgeons. Vast, a man-mountain, its blubber barely contained by skin stretched to bursting, by the leather wrapped around and woven throughout. Disgusting. Not the sight of it, nor the stink. The air around it, seething, a deeper corruption. Something that only another living nightmare might appreciate. Two others enter after, decked out in white so absurdly pure as to be almost luminous, surgical or priestly gowns, maybe both, trailing across the clotted, gore-strewn grating as they drift, carried on strange currents like jellyfish, their bodies stretching and distorting as though not entirely real, knives strung from their belts, instruments glinting in place of fingers, syringes, scalpels, drills, and saws, their faces masked like the other, like everything in this place, white, ragged cloth, bloody around the mouth and eyes. They part as they enter, peeling away from one another to observe their work. I watch, the pig-squealing butcher hacking and slicing the air, at the quivering, shapeless masses of meat strung from the ceiling, the ones I share this cell with, my fellow naked and brutalized, quivering away, pressing themselves against the steel walls, not caring if they rasp or snare on the jagged tongues of metal that protrude, the shards of glass, hooks and drill bits blossoming from them like fungi. It finds one, Sylvia, I think, little mousy thing, trembling and all but silent until they go to work on her. Then, pleas in German and fractured English, promises, everything from love to her own slavery, silenced only by her meat and blood, by whatever they force down her stretched white throat. What's left? A butcher's sculpture, a shapeless mass of ragged, deep red meat, the only sustenance, all we have, the fingers of the hungriest, those driven almost mad with starvation, already burrowing deep, tearing away strips and knots, sobbing, gagging as they eat. The butcher helps, hacking at her, squealing delight, feeding them what it carves away with parental delicacy, cooing its encouragement as they draw closer, naked children, grateful for this moment of love amidst the tempest of abuse. The other two, more considered, more delicate in their work, drifting amongst the squalid, the strung up, the naked, the flayed, the slit and suspended, those nailed to the walls, impaled on pulsing engines, the cowering, muttering, and mutilated, all still living, impossible though it seems. Delicate caresses, but more than enough to set them clamouring, those still capable of doing so. As for those that can't, silently suffering, shivering in their chains on their spits and spikes. They see, they know. My friend screaming at their attention, begging, pleading with them to make him the same, to set him up amongst the others, to cut me out. No. Oh no, sweetheart, not the game. The butcher finds us first, staggering away from Sylvia, heaving, unsteadied by its exertions, eyes gleaming behind its mask, the eyes of one in love. I feel it, the affection, the lust. I've seen what it stirs at its crotch at work already, a flower of flesh and fractured metal, of dog's teeth, of drill bits, the trauma it can wreak on its lovers from outside and in. The other two, the surgeons, too lost in their work. Otherwise they might have wandered away until they've had a chance to taste for themselves. Christ, the stink of it. Enough to turn my friend's stomach. Not me. It's a child, an adolescent, rank with the racing of its own hormones, idiot attempts at seduction, so ridiculous, so naive. I look up, staring into its eyes, at the mouth behind the mask, lips peeled back and pinned, teeth permanently exposed, a tongue protruding, elaborately scarred and pierced, licking over the leather, grunts, a pig scenting truffles. Its butcher's blade falls, its fused-together fist tearing open like a placental sack, something flowering before its term, the instrument clattering to the gore-encrusted grating. An instant, a heartbeat, the blade in our hands, the thing so still as though awaiting us, inviting our violence. Only he screams, my friend, buried deep. Barely a grunt as its bloated belly parts, cleaved like butter, the serrated blade carving down and across, making a flower of it. It staggers back, the blade tearing free, clutching, staring down at itself as it spills. Black tar, octopus ink, what slopes from inside knotting and writhing, entrails of great pale worms, of pulsing bag-bodied mollusks married to whirring machinery, devices grafted in place of what its makers tore out. It looks up at me, eyes swimming with delight, my friend screaming and screaming and screaming. The others see, their surgeries disrupted, drifting through the haze of blood, the fog of pain, calling to me, their voices shattering glass in my ears, inside my head. I wait for them, though he begs me not to. Nothing but an echo of old terror, the child that haunts my memory. As always, I will drag him, kicking and screaming, and, after the blood, after the tears, he will thank me. A reaching hand, a caress intended for our cheek. Instead, I catch it by the wrist, dragging the surgeon away from its sibling, its sighs waxing to mournful squeals as I take its head and smash it against the rent and ruptured wall, again and again. It shudders, limbs flailing like a spider's, a faint trilling from somewhere inside its split and seeping anatomy, the smears it leaves against the shredded metal white as milk, clattering fragments, as though it is filled with broken mirror or ill-cut clockwork, glittering, winged things taking flight, filling the air with their ragged edges, their bloody trails. The others, the ones who woke here with me, strung up, cowering, naked and bleeding, scream, shrieking for me to stop, to shield them. I can't. I won't. The swarm's already upon them, severing arteries, rupturing eyes, slicing them open, so deep, so deep. My playmate's brother drifts, eyes on us both, its smile delirious. I smile with it, waiting. It doesn't come, doesn't try to save its twin, skimming slowly towards the door. Oh no, my love. Too fast by far, reaching not with hands and fingers, but thought. He knows, my friend, the ghost of who I was, has always known, somewhere deep, denied, the capacities that he's never exercised, that he's never dared contemplate for fear of being condemned, of being called mad, the same that opened the way to the wastes beyond these walls, that he calls the forgetting, that fermented me, in the depths, the mires, where forbidden longings and sublimated fantasies linger, withering or swelling, growing fat in incestuous rape and cannibal consummation. My cradle, my womb. Lashes of pure intent, snaring around the surgeon's throat, dragging it back, through the storm of red and silver butterflies erupting from its sibling's shattered body. So fragile, futile. A voice in our head, rending apart thought, that of a child, singing through a throat full of blood and bone shards. What? I can't hear. This is futile. We are forever. You cannot. I tighten my hold, pellucid milk bleeding from where my lash breaks its skin. Perhaps. Or perhaps that's what you were sent to us. That's why you were sent to us, so your master can see what we're capable of. I turn my eyes to the ceiling, to the living fixtures that dangle and twitch there, the unseen eyes that blossom amongst them. I hope you're paying attention. Then I go to work, coaxing such songs as even these ragged angels have never sung.